What's up guys, welcome to Veldora-kun. From our previous episodes, we have seen the arrival of Hinata's party to Tempest. If you haven't watched the previous episodes, I will put the links in the description below. You will see in these videos what happened during the Walpurgis battle and the upcoming events. Just a quick warning, these videos contain spoilers from the light novel. Also, don't forget to join our Discord community. I welcome you to Veldora-kun subordinates, the link is in the description below. See you there. So now in this video we will review what happened next, which is Rimuru and Hinata's second confrontation. But before we will proceed, please like, subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell. Now without further ado, let's proceed with the video. Now, according to the plan, they are supposed to engage in a protracted battle, yet the situation completely turned around again. Shion gives a signal to Gobzo and Gobwa to join the battle. Both of them were confused because according to the plan, they were supposed to stand by. But Shion insisted that they should join the battle and win at all costs. Gobwa is very aggressive in battle and easily instigated as expected from being Benimaru's subordinate. While Gobzo may look dumb, he always does his job very seriously. Rimuru asked Benimaru, "Are you sure this is all right, Benimaru?" And Benimaru replies with a shrug, "It's not really okay, but I'll consider it training in dealing with unexpected things." Shion, in particular, has a keen instinct for this. She gives orders like that because she senses victory, I think. Rimuru agrees because he had gone for a passive approach out of fear of losing. But there wouldn't be any need to hold back if they can paralyze the enemies without getting hurt at all. Rimuru turns to the battlefield and things were really starting to ramp up. The Yamagiri members pair up to confront the remaining 50 holy knights directly with a member of Kurenai supporting each pair. Moreover, the members of Kurenai are taking turns. The members who are taking care of the injured are exchanging shifts with the tired members. And since they have healing potions, this cycle of switching would continue infinitely. While observing, Alvis comments about the Yamagiri, "What a powerhouse they are. I didn't expect such individuals to exist in this country." The Yamagiri possess powerful undead bodies on top of having good combat endurance. And Sufia agreed, "Yeah, they are hard to deal with. Not even decapitation can stop them, that would make them hard to take on even for me." Both Alvis and Sufia think the Yamagiri are difficult to deal with. The Holy Knights are not taking turns in fighting. If this keeps up, Rimuru thinks they might even have a chance at this. Benimaru said, "It's just that it isn't according to the original plan." Meanwhile Shion is observing the battlefield with a satisfied look while licking her lips with her tongue. She turned toward Rimuru's location, sensing their presence, and gives off a smiley face. Shion said, "Rimuru-sama, everything is going according to plan," and Rimuru replied, "No way. This wasn't the plan at all," and Shion responded, "Thanks for your praise." Rimuru replied, "I wasn't praising you." Shion planted her feet on the ground and said, "Now, I must go." She then launched herself out like a bullet. Rimuru asked, "Hey, where are you going?" Yet she ran off without answering Rimuru's question. On the other hand, Hinata reached her destination, and upon reaching a cleared space, she spots 5 greater Magians. They seem to know that Hinata is approaching, yet they are fixing their eyes afar. Hinata also turns herself to the direction of their eyes. The things Hinata sees are the sights of her proud knights being beaten to a pulp. She painfully sighed, holding in her emotions. The defeat didn't anger her. But that her opponents have chosen to completely antagonize her men. Since the battle has already started, there is no more chance for negotiation. It would be irrelevant to Rimuru now, even if Hinata tells him that they have reason for doing so. Rimuru, meanwhile, just stood there, watching the battle as calmly as Hinata. Hinata is analyzing the strength of her opponents while planning ahead. On Rimuru's side were 4 powerful greater Magians. In addition, a woman in suit that is giving off an abnormal aura. The 2 women at the front seem to be beastmen. Hinata thinks that these 2 women must be from the order of the 3 Beastketeers since Demon Lord Rimuru is in alliance with the ex-Demon Lord Carrion. However, the 2 persons standing next to them are not by any chance inferior than the Beastketeers. One of them is a handsome red-haired man with a pair of dark horns. On the other was a young blue-haired one with a single white horn. Arno asked, the three beastketeers. And are those ogres? No, Kijins? Hinata continues quietly observing the Magians without giving a response. Ritus replied, no. They are fair Oni. Fair Oni are monsters possessing mighty strength, to rival that of the earth deity. They are a semi-spiritual life-form evolution of Kijin with greatly improved magical characteristics. It's rumored that only few were able to reach that realm. Hinata's party assessed the monster's threat in front of them as special rank A. This is the domain of Demon Lord, and they were uninvited guests. Hinata is worried that even special A rank opponent might be selling them short a little. Especially that red-haired Magian, he seems to possess strength to surpass Demon Lord breed. If they ever came to blows, she would want Arno and at least 2 other commanders on her side. That couldn't be a coincidence. Rimuru must have arranged the numbers that way. And there was the Demon Lord Rimuru. The overwhelming presence of him is nothing like the feeling he gave to Hinata in the past. Hinata recalls Rimuru's message that was sent to her. It says, I shall be your opponent. Come and duel me. Hinata thinks that Rimuru hopes to duel her alone and not be intervened. If that's what it came to, she at least wanted him to take her life and spare her soldiers. No, she wanted him to win and then ask Rimuru to accept her apology. Hinata prepared herself in secret. She noticed that the female Magian in a suit begins to move while giving off a powerful oppressive aura. She targets Reinald far away by launching herself out with a jump. On the other hand, Rimuru turns to Hinata and their eyes meet. They stood there for a moment, staring at each other. Rimuru starts to speak, well, Hinata, now you've done it. I know you don't need to be reminded, but this is my territory. It is obvious that you all bear ill intent towards us. I'm a nice guy, but not nice enough to allow you to strike at us first, you know? And Hinata calmly replied, yes, that's to be expected of course. I have no idea why Reinald disobeyed orders as well. And Rimuru responded, how dare you? You killed Rahiam, so you could pin the blame on us, didn't you? Now the whole deal has fired up the new Pharmas King's faction. Hinata was confused, killed Raheim? And Rimuru confirmed, yes. The same Archbishop Raheim that you summoned. All I did was give him that message for you. Nothing else. For just a moment, Hinata looked thoroughly confused, but beyond that, her expression was a mask of indifference. Hinata gazes at Rimuru coldly, seemingly trying to assess his strength. Her face is indeed beautiful, though it comes embedded with a ruthless outlook. Hinata says, is that so? I see. Rimuru asks her, you did get the message, right? And Hinata confirms. Rimuru added, and this is your answer? Where Hinata said, well, not exactly. It's not quite exactly how I intended, but you wouldn't believe me, even if I were to tell you, would you? And Rimuru replied, it is possible for me to believe. But before that, you have to order them to cease hostilities and return home. Hinata then shakes her head lightly and said, it's too late. I think it's going to be over before I step in. It is true that the battle is about to end. Rimuru observes the strongest knight is fighting against Xian at the moment and recalls that his name was Reinald. There is another one there which is not as strong as Reinald, but he is still a force to be reckoned with. Rimuru assumes that they were both part of the 10 great saints. Xian was taking them both on, letting her inner monster shine. Rimuru can't stand it, but since the situation has developed to this point, he can only leave them to find out who's stronger. One of the younger knights suddenly interrupts, what are you talking about? If we were to withdraw our forces in this situation, what would happen to Hinata-sama? You're the one who called her here, so how do we know you won't do anything to her? And Benimaru shot back at him, shut your mouth. The only people with permission to speak here are Sir Rimuru and Hinata Sakaguchi. We never called for you to come. Know your place. And Arno asked, what did you say? Benimaru moved forward to stop the knight, yet the other side doesn't seem to be complying. The next moment, 2 flashes of slashes suddenly cross in front of Benimaru. Benimaru said, your attack didn't bear any killing intent. A smart choice. If you were intent upon killing me, you'd be on the ground right now. And Arno replied, I didn't want to get in the way of Lady Hinata's negotiations. I didn't expect such reaction from you considering that was supposed to intimidate you only. I don't want you to have the wrong idea." And Benimaru replies, "You are the one who is misunderstanding." And Arno got provoked, "Haha, how about we sort things out on the side?" Benimaru said, "Very well." And with that, Benimaru and Arno walked off. This Arno is the strongest among the four apart from Hinata. That was why Benimaru chose to take action. Benimaru would probably be going as planned to only hold Arno back by sparing his life. Hinata just watched them go, rolling her eyes instead of trying to stop him. She must have noticed that Arno was no match for Benimaru, but she let him go anyway. Alvis then starts to speak, "Well then, aren't you guys bored as well? I would be glad to occupy your time for a while, so we don't get in Sir Rimuru's way." And Sophia added, "Yeah. I want to find out how strong the 10 great saints are as well." Where Bacchus responded, "Let me join you." And Fritz also agreed, "Then, I'll take you on." Now, the two pairs depart. The sole female knight and So-Wei are the only one remaining at the scene. So-Wei said, "Shall we?" And Ritus replied, "I suppose." They also left the scene. Rimuru thinks that everything has been departing from their original plan. They didn't need to go away, apart from Benimaru's pair, it looked as if the other three have all go on dates. Besides, Rimuru is fighting a woman himself. The most beautiful one, no less. But he doesn't feel any joy at all. Kidding aside, there indeed won't be any interference now. At the end of the day, these are probably all destined to happen. And so, Rimuru confronts Hinata once more. And that's it for my video. Now, it's shout-out time. I would like to thank Selena Lunar Vampire Valentine for boosting the server twice. Also, thank you Ambrin for the 2 server boost. And thanks to the following for boosting the server. Thank you Kasada. Thank you 2G Beeram. Thanks to Kiana Kazlana. Thank you so much everyone. See you on my next upload.